this is my thing for Ja Morant. And, I'm not going to judge somebody until I understand what they fully going through or what the situation really is until I get a clear understanding. But, people see things and make judgmental comments and say things. And for me, I don't condone, carrying a weapon out in public of that nature, especially in a guy John Morant's position and all. But this is what I think the league need to do a better job. And it was like this when I was in the league and I talked about this. John Morant is a franchise player, right?
Mhm.
I mean, Nike, endorsements here, endorsements there. All these people throw money at Ja, but why they don't do nothing to protect him? If
Mm.
I got a certain investment, say I got 200 million invested in Ja, then if I'm an owner, you know what? I'm gonna hire me personally. I'm gonna do something to protect my investment. Why don't more teams have securities going out with these guys to dinner, going out with these guys to the club, hired by the team? Because we're in a day and an age to where things get blown out of proportion because of social media, because of who we're looked at and how we're looked at. And so there needs to be more done from the team, I believe. It's not like, okay, I hear people say, oh, he's worth this money. Won't he hire security? Won't the team hire security?
He posted the video.
Yeah, but if
He
you had a
posted.
team security
Hear
there,
me out though. He posted the video and what was in the video.
okay,
Team security can't do nothing about that. He could have been in a secure club. It could have just been them in the club. My issue is everybody need a big homie. Because when you got a big homie don't let the little homie do little homie shit. And that's spread it all the way through, meaning that the big homie gonna always be thinking 2-3 steps ahead of the night, what time to leave. You know, the vet gonna always be organized. And my issue with all of this is the exposure. Whenever I talk to young guys, I always talk to them. First thing is privacy. Always protect your privacy and what you do. Don't let people in. I'm watching the league give more access. I'm watching the interviews now with the coaches coming out of the thing. They're having a walk. You're walking down conversation. The players coming through. They're having a walk conversation, and it's access. But you just got to be private in what you do, and you got to be. You can't let everybody in. I know we live in, you live in a certain way, we getting it, you want to kind of show those moments off, but you got to always think about what the next steps are. And you got to have people around you that's making sure that you're thinking about the future, that you're never damaging your name. We've loved this story that Josh's been telling us. We've been sitting back, we've watched this growth, we've seen where he's come from. We've been enjoying this story. The story's now starting to take a different kind of narrative in it. You know what I'm saying? More like a kind of like a street narrative with him. And, you got to always remember, man, how you want to be remembered. And when you step out into the real world, how you want people to perceive you. And that's a real perception. Because you got daughters, you got family, you got moms, you got people that you're representing that you don't even know you're representing. You know what I'm saying? So you just got to be mindful of what he's doing. And you know what, too? All the people that's around him, y'all got to say something. Even if you don't want to hear it. Real shit. If y'all A1s, if y'all call yourself A1s, yo, you'll protect the investment. Straight up. Straight up. The secure the bag is the first of everything. You know what I'm talking about?
We live in a society right now that we celebrate controversy. Like if you see something controversial, it's getting a million people watching and liking, and it's celebrated. Like, ooh, you get somebody who's edgy, and that's not a good thing. So, did he do anything illegal? No. Did he do something that he knew would probably bring attention to himself in an attention-driven world we live in? Yeah. So, in my eyes, the world we live in created this.
At the same time, you have a responsibility, bro. You know this. I hate to sound like this guy, but I'm going to have to say it. That you know that once you hit a certain stardom, that you got to change up what you do and how you do it. Every little kid in their world want dreads and want to be the next Ja, and he it, right?
Mhm.
So he can't. Listen, we all been here. We all been here. And what somebody got to tell you is that, yo, can't do it like that no more, youngin'. You got to tighten it up. You got to do like this. And then,
But if doing it the other way ain't winning.
No, you got to switch up. No, you got to change
Because
up
of this
some shit.
incident, he got
Couple
a million
incidents.
more sales in his shoes.
Got that.
A million more sales in his jerseys.
I got that.
That's the influence we live in. It's sad.
I got that.
That's sad,
I
though,
got
right?
that. He can change a lot of shit. See, if I was talking to Ja, I'd tell him some whole nother script. Cause you know, it ain't necessarily nobody around him that's been like this. Ain't nobody around him been right here. Ain't nobody around him that can tell him this. He need to go sit with AI. He need to go sit, chill with AI and just break AI down. You know what I'm talking about? Like the understanding of who he is, because he ain't Ja from South Carolina no more. He Ja. And if you know what Ja, J-A-H mean in other forms of the world, it means God, yo. Real shit, yo. Man, don't have me start this. Because I'm saying some real shit here.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
it's a bigger purpose to where you at now, bro.
But we sell our souls for money and attention. Right.
So this is where we at. Ja is I'm glad, I ain't glad this happened, but I'm glad something like this happened. So now you know what to do, it wakes you up. It awakens you to who you really are and your presence in this whole world. And then with that responsibility, now he can come out and give a whole nother narrative. Almost like some prophet, Joe. I'm telling you, boy, everybody out here watching this, man, go research the name Ja and see what it means. There's a whole nother meaning to that. And that's what Ja gotta understand. Boy, you God, boy. Real shit. And I think that this is something that was unfortunate, but it'll pass, but I think he'll learn from it and it's gonna make him a better person.
Yeah.
And a better superstar, real shit, because he'll really understand the effects of what he posts and the effects of what he does. So, yes, it's lesson learned, you know what I'm saying?